have another light in my room. I just never use it.
You got a nightlight? Join the
No,
nightlight gang.
no,
Join
I'm
the
not
nightlight
afraid of the
gang.
dark like you. I'm not afraid of the dark like you. Scared of the boogeyman.
Hey guys, it's me, Nyla.
And me, Kiara, and I started this when I'm not in the frame.
Luckily this isn't a video because once again podcast will didn't update or did nothing to their video, so we can't post no videos yet. I don't know. Sorry, I'm drinking some water. But hey guys, this is the last episode of my 3 seasons. I hope you guys enjoyed my 3 seasons.
We didn't.
It has come to an end, and Kiara will now start her 3 seasons. She still needs to finish the rest of her topics. I don't know when she's gonna do that, but she needs to do that. Anyway, so this is our Dating in This Generation is Horrendous Part 2. And I'm super excited to talk about some interesting things today. Some interesting things. But before we get into that, Kiara, how are you today?
Well, let me give y'all a life update. Like, my mom was just, like, let out of the hospital, like, a couple hours ago. So I'm taking care of her. So if y'all see, like, hear me not saying nothing at all, it's probably because I left to go check up on her. Make sure she doesn't, like, I don't know, do something that she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, life's going great. I'm earning more money than Nyla, so that's always a
Bitch!
let's see. So I just had a chicken sandwich. That was great. Yeah, that's going good.
Wow. Good job for Kiara, not really for the money part. Because
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
going to
for
be
the money
making
part.
more money than her. I'm going to be making more money than you. Me,
How much money you got in your bank account right now?
$7. But look. I get paid on Thursdays. This Thursday, I'm getting paid. So y'all will be seeing a check from me. And I'm going to be buying some stuff. I still have to secure my half of the glamping thing. And then I have to pay my dad. I got bills to pay. So
I love how you say you got bills to pay, and it's like a singular bill or two bills.
it's 2 bills. It's car insurance. It's my phone bill. It's 2 bills. I forgot, what bills are you paying?
I'm paying everybody's phone bill, including mine, and I'm also paying the light bill and any other stuff that we need in the house. Pay for that too.
Responsibilities.
Oh,
Sadly, it's not me. Sadly, that's not my
you.
problem. Anyways, so our topics today for this dating in this generation is horrendous part 2. We have decided on should our significant others take care of our family when they get older, the Kiki Palmer situation. I'm gonna add the Ariana Grande situation. Is our generation really ready for dating, or should everyone be single until they are ready? Do we feel like people are falling out of love, then in love? And why are people so picky and corny about the smallest things in people? And then lastly, Kiera will be giving us our anime, manga, and TV recommendation for the day.
I haven't been watching anything. I don't know what to say for that.
Figure it out.
I don't. I'm thinking.
But we're gonna start with celebrity gossip since it's on my mind with this
Yes.
whole Ariana Grande situation, and then we're gonna get into the Kiki Palmer thing. And I know that was like a few weeks ago, but who gives a fuck?
What is your opinion about Ariana Grande and Nyla?
If this isn't coming from a biased type of standpoint, I want to say she's a homewrecker. I don't want to say that, but it's true. It's just, don't you think it's a little convenient that she ended her thing with her husband and then the dude ended his thing with his wife and now they came together?
Yes, that was way too quick. I heard those stories on like the same day.
That's
Hmm.
what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Alright, I'm gonna think like I think you just gotta admit to the fact, Nyla. Ariana Grande, she may be a cheater. She may be a cheater. She was talking to SpongeBob for. I'm gonna continue calling him SpongeBob. I'm gonna continue. Okay. So she been talking to SpongeBob for whoever knows how long during her relationship with the other guy, her previous guy, and then when it finally got to them being together, and it was like they wanted to be together, they went ahead, broke off from their own relationships, and got together. They've been cheating. They've been cheating.
And I also I also don't like the fact that y'all are coming after this man's appearance. I get that he in a what? I get that he in a way is a cheater, but let's not come after that man like that. Like,
I am gonna come after that man like that because I'm
girl,
not a
girl.
hater on people's appearance. I just call it like I see it. And that first picture I ever saw of him as both SpongeBob and his most recent picture of being like both photographed next to Ariana Grande. For once, for once in my entire knowing of Ariana Grande, I thought, damn, next to this man, Ariana Grande looks 50 years old. It's like she's being drained.
Girl, what
It
would you
just
say
looked like that.
that?
He looked like a whole ass vampire. Like you know that one vampire in Twilight that had those big eyes and like Jasper, that's his name. He kept staring at people with like, and it's because he was trying not to drink everybody's blood, so that's why he kept staring at them like he was being dead. Like this was it, desperate for water kind of face.
Oh.
That's what he looked like standing next to Ariana Grande. I'm not hating on his appearance. I'm just saying that he made her look so old and drained. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. He may be a vampire in real life.
I don't know. Like, it's just I feel like because I'm not trying to like dictate other people's relationship, and I also feel like we probably need to talk about Doja Cat too.
Yes.
Even though, yes,
Yes. Ooh,
yes,
I'm so here for that.
yeah, this is like a whole celebrity rant. But back to Ariana though to finish this off, and then go to Kiara's point of view about Ariana. Um, I feel like Ariana should take a break to be single because lately she's been hopping to relationship to relationship to relationship. And I just feel like that's not healthy. That's not good. Like, if she's trying to fill a void in her heart, I don't think these guys are going to help her fill that void.
True.
So, yeah.
True. Snaps. Y'all
Thank
can't
you.
hear
Thank
because
you.
I don't know how to snap my fingers, but I mean,
But yeah, Kiara, give us your take on Ariana
yeah,
situation.
I think I agree with you right there. Like she should probably take a break. But I'm thinking when she takes a break, every time she takes a break, it seems like she's under some sort of controversy. It's like when she's in, and I know this probably isn't a good thing, but when she's in a relationship, it's like all the other things are quiet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when she was dating, was it Pete? Things were quiet. People were talking about seeing them on the street or shows or something like that, like photos.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets out of the relationship, and now all of a sudden it's like the drama starts back up again because Pete talked about his relationship with her. Mm.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, I think whatever goes on with her during these times when she's not in these relationships, I think she's got to take some inner time instead of going out into the world and just being a
Mm-hmm.
bit of a drama magnet.
Yeah.
Mm. But I feel like we
Mm-mm-mm.
been knew what she was about, though. with that whole "Thank You Next" song. She was listing off these guys, and then she was like, "All right, next guy." She turns a page in a book. It's like, the next one right here.
Oh my god. I just want you, Ariana, if you listen to this one day, please do better. I love you. Everybody loves you except for Kira. She's a hater. But I love you. And I really wish you the best. Now on to the Doja Cat situation. So Kira, give us your take on the Doja Cat situation.
All right, for all y'all who don't know, Doja Cat is real hard not to know Doja Cat at this point, because she was like at the greatest stage of her career, and then she had
Mm-hmm.
self destructed. Like as soon as she had reached that top with her songs, and she was doing all these photos with fans, she was doing all these model shots, she was doing all these music videos, and everything, and all these concerts. She decided she gonna shave her head, she gonna shave her eyebrows, she gonna go onto the internet and be talking to these men online. She gonna get
Mm-hmm.
cool with Cardi B. She go she gonna do all this other stuff except what she need to be doing, and it's like we already know that Doja has always been the type where she'll go ahead and say what she wants to say and doesn't really think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Sometimes maybe she'll feel remorse. I don't know her like that, but maybe sometimes she'll feel remorse, but she never shows it. She just like, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. But this time I really feel like she's just striking it. Like it's just crazy to me. So she had started seeing this guy where it was like he was in the tiny chats with her because she's still on the tiny chats.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, people say they've still been seeing her. There's more pictures coming out of her being on there, and we already know she has a bit of a race play kink where she lets people degrade her for her being black. Because that's what all those chats are kind of signaling. Like we already know she lets all these guys call her like the N word and all that such, and that's race play, play like sexual play with your race. I don't understand it. I'm not here to
Ew.
kink shame. I'm just gonna say I don't understand it and leave it at that. But she's into that. She met her current boyfriend on Tiny Chat, and he his name is Jay Cyrus, and he used to be a Twitch streamer.
Mm.
Jay Cyrus on Twitch, it seems like he has had multiple encounters with his fans and his fan base, which, by the way, super fucking weird. You're messing with your fans. Just stop
Mm-hmm.
doing that, celebrities or anybody in the media. Stop doing it. Stop messing
Yeah,
with your fans. It never
it's
turns
crazy.
out good. Never.
He doesn't.
But basically, Jay Cyrus, he was caught being like having sexual misconduct with his fans, basically. Sexual misconduct.
Ew.
Yeah. And when he was called out on it on his Twitch streams, he closed his streams, shut out the comments, and had blocked the victims when they were telling what he did to them. And so he's dealing with all these allegations. He got together with Doja Cat, and now Doja Cat is also joined in these allegations because it's like, why would you hear all this shit that he did to other people and then do this?
Mm-hmm.
And so they start talking to Doja Cat like, "Did you know your man did all this and this and this?" It's like, why are you with them? But you want to know what she does?
What?
She blocks the fan. She blocks them. And it's like the same thing Jay Cyrus did. Like she's blocking the victims too. She's blocking the fans who are calling her out on dating this man. It's like I dated him, now I'm gonna double down. Which again, she does time and time again. See, but this time it's like she's becoming really under fire for it because people are like, okay, you need to be humble a little bit. You need to humble yourself because it's like
Mm-hmm.
she's talking to her fans. They're talking to her. They're saying like okay, you need to calm down a bit. Like, we're only trying to, get some answers here. Like, your guy did all this. Like, why are you doing this? And it's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want, bitch. And then she blocks it. And then like her fans be like, but do you like even like us or trust us as a fan base? Like, we really don't feel like a fan base at this point, like fans. And she's like, man, I don't know, y'all. And she's then the person. I feel like this is a bit weird to say, I will admit. And she asks Doja, like, do you even love us? And Doja's like, I don't even know y'all. How can I love you? That's why I say that's the only part that I understand a little bit, because I, even if I'm a fan of somebody, I don't expect that celebrity to love me as a fan.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So that's the only part that I kind of just don't understand why they would even say that. But she's coming under fire for that, for saying that she don't love her fans and for blocking them. I don't understand the whole "don't love my fans" part. I feel like we should focus on the allegations part, and she's blocking the victims. We're focusing on the love part.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, you know how some celebrities say, I love you guys. You guys are my fans.
No, it's like these celebrities be hyping up these people. It's like, what is it? It's like how BTS does. You know how BTS come up to the stage and is like, "I love you, Army. I love you."
We love you.
They be hyping them up so much.
But they don't actually love you.
Yeah, they don't know y'all. But yeah, that's like the way of the celebrity life. I think it's like you gotta love your fan base, or else it's like, oh, you don't deserve the fan that they got you. Because I heard somebody say this in the Twitter kind of comments like thing, where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
we made you. Without us, you'd be nothing. I feel like I hate that, because I understand why you say it, because like the fans buy the stuff, they buy the merchandise, they stream the music, they stream everything.
Yeah.
But I really feel like you can't be that hurt that a celebrity don't love you.
I For me, because I feel like we're about to debate on this.
Well,
Because it's like when it comes down to that, I don't think it's maybe 50-50. Like the other side really does care about the allegations and just only the allegations, and the other people really like want to her to love them and whatever. I don't really give a fuck about Doja Cat. Fuck Doja Cat.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, because I'm only saying that because Kiera loved her once, and
She just kind of gone downhill. I mean, I like her music. I've always liked her music, but it's just, I don't know what's going on with her. I feel like she may have dipped into some meth and crack. Maybe that's what it is.
maybe I don't know what to say.
I,
She's flabbergasted.
I wouldn't be surprised if this turned into a Lindsay Lohan situation where she has to go like in and out of rehab, because Lindsay Lohan, she used to be super popular, be loved by everybody. Then she started acting up
Mhm.
and getting drugged up, and then she had to go to rehab, then out, then back into rehab, then out. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like that situation, because that's what fame really does to you.
Yeah. But as I was saying though, with the whole your fans make you,
Yes.
in a way they do. They do make you who you are. How we're planning our brand, our fans are planning on making us. So it's like fans do make celebrities. Without fans, what is a celebrity? What is that? Who is that?
Right. That is true. But
That's very
would
much
would
true.
you be willing to say, like, even though fans made the celebrities, are the celebrities able to really love their fans like that because they made them? Because then it just becomes like a obligatory relationship, like a parasocial kind of thing. There's like one
I think it should have always been a parasocial thing though.
and
I don't
describe, explain your statement. I don't hear explanations.
it's like whenever you start something like a YouTube channel or you become a celebrity over time or a TikToker or just any content creator, there has to be a parasocial relationship. Hands down. Like how we're planning on trying to do a parasocial relationship. I don't want to be with y'all. No offense. I'm happy to start a I'm
But
happy to
not,
start a
not y'all.
community.
Y'all aren't special enough for.
But I don't really want to be with anybody like that in our like community. I want to like start like partnerships, you know, but I don't want us to get so close to the point where y'all end our personal lives.
That is
So
a given though when it comes to celebrity and stardom. You always have paparazzi, magazines, just anybody being up in your space.
that's true.
Even people in your close circles. Like you can talk about something with close friends of yours, and they'll put out an expose piece on YouTube or to a magazine. Like that's what happens on YouTube so often. Like what is it? Dramageddon, where James Charles was being revealed, and like that lady who's in her 40s was talking, and she was like friends with James Charles, and she was like, "Oh, my James Yeah, but it's kind of like that. Like you can't really trust anybody like that anymore because everybody is always going to find some way to bring you down.
That's true.
And it's kind of
That is
hard to
true.
keep that kind of like, oh, you're only on a screen or you're like far away in like, was it career wise or stardom wise kind of relationship with your
Yeah.
fans and keep that private life separate because everybody, once you reach a certain level of stardom, everybody gonna be in it.
Everybody and their mama and
Hmm.
their daddy and their grandma.
That's why I think fame should not be a widespread thing as it is right now. Like, I don't think we should have all these influencers at this point. It was cool back when it first started, but at
Mm-hmm.
this point where almost anybody can be an influencer, and we have all these different people, and like the fame's getting to their head, and we have all these different people who are watching them too. I feel like it's way too much. We shouldn't have this many celebrities.
Yeah. This I don't know. It's like I was watching this TikTok, right?
Hmm.
And this man was really like getting into like the generation and just saying how like everyone wants to be spoon fed, nobody wants to work anymore, and the people that do work, they end up getting shamed by the people that don't want to work. It was just he just said a lot. And if I find that TikTok, I'll send it down below. And I think I already sent it to you. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was just a lot. Like this whole generation is really fucked up. And this not even just this generation, but this world. It's like how you had said, like everybody wants to be a celebrity. Everyone wants to start a podcast. Everyone wants to do this. Everyone wants to do that. It's like, I don't what happened to like being normal? I mean, not even just normal, just getting out of the spotlight.
It was like I think this kind of reminds me of like the 1920s in a way. Because back in the 1920s, everybody really did want to be a star back then, too. Because that's when Hollywood was really taking its, form. But back
Mm-hmm.
then, it was more structured. Because I'm not sure if you ever like learned about how the 1920s Hollywood worked, but basically, back then they would have the actors and the movies. Now the movies and the directors would have their own thing where they would cast only certain actors from their specified group. Now the actors,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have their own separate names to themselves. People just knew them as, oh,
Mm.
the girl with the red lipstick, the girl who had the frilly dress, the guy
Yeah.
with the umbrella. People didn't know their names. They were only under a certain director's thing. So at times they would
Mm.
have those levels. That's why you have like A star level celebrity, B star like levels for celebrity kind of thing. It's like higher level, more the fame, more you're casted in your specific, place.
Mm-hmm.
Now back in the 1920s, all the people who were out, well, elsewhere than Hollywood, elsewhere than Hollywood. So the rest of the whole country, basically, it was either you're working an ordinary job, you're a normal person, or you're a celebrity and everybody knows your name and people loved you and people want to be with you. Everybody was going off towards Hollywood to become those people. And soon enough, they were getting more popular and everything, but everybody still wanted to have their name out somewhere. That's why you saw that genre so much, where it's like, oh, small town girl wants to go to the big city. That's how you saw that genre so much because it's based on real life, 1920s. I think it kind of reflects how we're going in right now. Everybody still sees that same thing, but instead of it being under one city, under directors and everything, anybody can do it now. So now we're seeing that influx of anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Mm. And that also goes with the private life. People don't realize that about Hollywood and just star life in general. Your private life is not your private life no more.
Mhm. Once you step into content creation, that's the end of that. Privacy, no more.
No more of that. Yeah. I mean, like, I think that kind of goes in with. Sorry, I'm having the hiccups right now. But I think that kind of goes into the topic of today's podcast, too. Like, when it comes to dating in this generation, I think that the whole stardom and celebrity and just consecration and basically all of this as a whole, like the internet, plays a big
Mhm.
role in the dating scene right now too.
Yeah. Like how you was saying before, like, because we had to cut this episode, like, because it messed up. But Kira was making a point of how there's just like a whole bunch of baby moms, and how there's even like even single fathers, and just it's just a lot that should not be happening that is glorified right now, and it shouldn't be.
Mhm. Mhm. That's what I said. We really shouldn't be glamorizing that. Like I'm gonna say it on this one too because I think it also goes into dating. If
Mm-hmm.
if you're thinking about, oh, I would like to have a child, but I don't want to do it with anybody else, and you can like go ahead and have. All right, this is the thing. You can have a kid and not be with someone else. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just the fact that if you're having a toxic or tense relationship with someone else and you bring a
Mm-hmm.
child into that, and it's like you're not making it any better for the child. You're going through all these court things, you're doing all this arguing, you're doing all this other stuff. That isn't good
Yep.
in general. We shouldn't be glamorizing that at all. Now, I'm not saying not,
Exactly.
yeah, being a single father or a single mother, that's not bad. It's just when you bring all this toxicity in it, that's when it becomes bad.
Mm-hmm. Like the cheating and just all the other stuff. Like, don't bring that into what y'all have going on. Like, that's not needed.
And now that child's going to grow up with all that. You think it's just affecting you, that child's going to feel it for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm. And I also don't like the fact where, because my parents ended up getting a divorce, but I don't like when people try to. There's two things I don't like when it comes to children. The first thing is, don't think a child, I think I said this before, don't bring a child into a situation where you're trying to keep a man. He doesn't want that
Mm.
child.
I hate it when people do that. I hate when people do that.
Like, that man clearly does not want you. So why do you think a child's gonna keep y'all together? You're in the Lulu land. And then the second thing is, if you're married and y'all end up like your husband or wife cheat on you, just leave. Cause my uncle, he's and my mom and my dad did the same thing. Like, they were going through arguments and just things like that. Literally, my uncle's, I know he's probably gonna see this, but my uncle's wife cheated on his ass, and they got two little girls. And I told y'all this in the last podcast a long time ago. But they're deciding to stay in their marriage for my little cousins, and it's just like, that's not healthy
Yeah,
for
that's
them.
tense. That's tension in that household.
Exactly.
Mm, cool. And now that you said that, gotta say something here,
Go ahead.
because back when I was a little bit younger, my mom had married this absolute narcissistic psychopath. His name was like, I'm just gonna call him Reggie. That's like a nickname of his name. But Reggie, he was very much narcissist. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he always believed that he was right and he would downplay whatever you're saying as wrong. And he would go ahead and just be like, I guess, joking around with whatever notions you have, doing all that such. He hated anybody else's opinion. He didn't care for it. As
Mm.
long as it wasn't his, it was wrong. So my mom
Mhm.
married this guy because my grandma was like thinking about, oh, it's not ladylike and church like to date multiple men. And so
Mm.
my mom was like, okay, I'll marry one man then. And she just did that to spite her mom. And it ended up terrible for all of us because that man, not only was he just super weird because he would watch porn right in front of me, like literally right in
I
front of me,
remember when you told me that.
but he also was very much like mentally and emotionally abusive. Not only that, but he also had multiple charges of being in accounts of SA, accounts of stalking, and prostitution, such as that. And I think one of them was like he was on a list for child stuff.
Oh my god.
So obviously, when my sister found that out, we absolutely hated this man. We hated him from the beginning, but this just gave us more reason to hate him because we already knew something was off about him. I tried to be
Mhm.
happy about her relationship because I thought she liked this guy or something like that, and I thought, okay, I just have to stay away from him. But let me just tell you, she was not happy with the guy. She was not. She just kept staying with him just for the fact that she married him. She was going to double down. Now, let me tell you, that's a terrible decision. It doesn't even matter because we had kids in the house and I was like a little ass girl back then, like preteen.
Mhm.
It doesn't even matter about that. It's the fact that if you're staying with somebody just because of someone else's opinion and you're just going to double down on that, don't. It ends up worse for everybody because you and your brain and your gut and everything already knows that person is not the one. Don't be trusting nobody else's opinion on that.
Exactly. And then people keep trying to put their 2 cent in other people's relationship. Shut the hell
Mhm.
up. Like the only person I would really listen to for relationship advice is Kira.
Yay.
That's the only person I would listen to. But other than that, these people on TikTok and all these other online platforms, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You haven't been in a relationship in a day of your life, and you probably in your mother's basement, probably sucking on her nipples. So shut the hell up. Like what the hell are you talking about? But yeah.
Mm. Everybody wants to put their 2 cent in. Yeah. Honestly, like if you're not being asked about your opinion, just don't say it right now. Don't say it ever again if you're not being asked about it. Because let me tell you,
Exactly.
hmm?
I said exactly. But go ahead. I heard you talking.
Yes, I was gonna say like I've learned something over the years. If you're going to say something towards someone else's relationship, it's not going to end up the way you're thinking of it as. Like they're not just going to suddenly realize like, oh wow, I was dating an asshole this whole time. They're not going to say that. Instead, they're just going to go ahead and be like doubling down. They're going to double down. So, because that was their own decision to date them. That was their own decision. You can't stop someone else's decision like that just for like a couple of words. They gotta like find it out on their own. If you go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and tell them over and over, break up, break up, break up, they're not. Either that or they're gonna end up like an on and off relationship. It's gonna either be either one. So it's not gonna end up the way you want it.
Mm-hmm. And then another thing I don't like is people bringing their 2 cent into single peoplehood, talking about, oh, why are you guys still single? Shut, like, Cause I wanna be. Have you seen these niggas and these other people? Damn, like everybody's just like acting like assholes and cheating and being booty holes. Like, who wants to deal with that? It's better to be single right now and to keep your peace before you end up being in something very not great. Like, not at all.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, like, when you're waiting on a relationship, I feel like you notice that most of these guys really ain't shit. Most of them
They
really
ain't.
ain't.
They
That
ain't.
that's why I feel like, all right, this is just my opinion. Not everybody has to do this, but I very much agree with the whole waiting to date and waiting to do, like, have sex with somebody, have a relationship with somebody. I really do enforce waiting, but it's like everybody else's choice on whether they want to or not. Because when you do wait, because back when I was younger, I voted on celibacy because I wanted to, not for any like religious reasons as people thought of back when I was younger. People thought I was saying celibate for Christianity. No, because I saw these people and I was like, no, no, thank you. But I stayed celibate because I was like, no one here is what I actually like. Wow, and then people would ask me out, and I was just like, nah, 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 gotta get away. Don't like if some you don't even have to go out with somebody if you really don't want to. People say, oh, just give them a chance, go ahead and date them for like one time or something like that. Don't do it if you don't want to, because then you're just stringing them along.
Exactly. Like, I don't like that either. Like, just wait. Just wait. Wait till you meet that perfect person that makes your heart go doki doki. Like, oh my god. But y'all, Kira's a song at me, like, yeah.
Because I thought this is the weeboo translation.
No, because I've been seeing Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know why. Doki Doki. I know it's free on Steam. Bro, I really want to get kindergarten.
Really?
I don't know. It's just been a thought on my mind since I saw Cub Scout. Like, all of my childhood memories came back because I love Cub Scouts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
best creator.
As Cub Scouts for life. Like Cub
Yeah.
Scouts, Call Me Kevin, and I've started rewatching Berlizzi and Corey X Kenshin. Those four.
Yeah, they're really good creators. I love them. I love ya. Oh my god. But on to the Kiki Palmer situation to finish up the celebrity thing. Kira, do you want to get your take into it?
Now I've said this plenty of times over. I feel like her guy back then. I'm using back then because he is no longer here. He is no longer here. But her man back then, that was the most insecure ass post I've ever seen. Like, why would you talk to the audience instead of the girl you're with?
That's what I'll say.
It's like if you had a boyfriend, Isla, and you were going out to go hang out with your friends. You had on this nice outfit and everything. You were like dressed up to go to someplace fancy. He takes one look at you and it's like, all right, have fun. And then later on during the night, you see a text saying, "Man, these ladies really got no loyalty. They're going out here dressed like this."
I would break up with my dude, honestly, because that is really getting insecure.
It
Like,
is. You didn't tell her to her face. You saw her out there like
exactly.
that. You didn't say anything. Like you shouldn't even have words about her outfit. It's not like she out here naked bouncing ass on the street. It's not like that. She was fully clothed. It was just a mesh kind of see-through outfit. She still had on underwear and everything.
hmm
My
She
goodness.
was thick.
Yeah, she was. That outfit was real pretty. She real pretty, and that was an
hmm
insecure ass man. And I'm glad that she dumped him.
Yup, leave that man in the dirt.
Mm.
But I feel like I'm really happy that she had her son, but from an outside perspective, I honestly wish that he did marry her minus like if he just wasn't insecure. I know, but if he let's just think let's think of it as if they got married and he wasn't insecure, he should have just put a ring on it. But I mean, sadly, he didn't put a ring on it. He was insecure and
This is how you knew he was a bit of a pussy. He knocked her up, didn't say anything to the crowd because he knocked her up, then called her out for dressing up and having one night to herself as a mom, and then called her out because you a mom though, why you dress like that? You weren't here for most of the time, like claiming your child when people were asking who the dad was. You didn't claim that child. Now you claiming her. You're not claiming the child.
wait, what? He wasn't claiming his child?
I'm talking about like the fact that it was just so silent on his part during the time that she announced her pregnancy. Child has just
Oh.
been born or like about to be born, and she just revealed that she was pregnant on national television. You didn't have no words to say, you didn't have nothing, and she didn't say anything, which made me think that that was agreement to keep it hidden. And now you gonna come out when she dressed up to go out to have fun, and that's when you're starting to speak up. He was insecure from the start. He didn't want that baby. He just wanted her.
Mm-mm-mm. But Kiki, I am happy that you had your baby. Just why with that man? Just you can, yeah. But you know, I'm happy that your baby was born. I hope you choose another man that actually loves you for you.
Yeah, and is not a possessive, insecure asshole. That'd be great. Choose better for yourself, Kiki.
Choose better, Kiki.
Kiki.
Choose better, Kiki. I can't. I said Kiki later. But yeah, that's it with the celebrity thing. Here, if you have something else to say, do you have something else to say before we move on to our next topic? Um, yeah, she's thinking with her elephant pink poster in the background.
It's not a poster. It's tapestry. Tapestry.
Oh, the TV. Are you bringing that with you? I always thought that was a poster.
Nah, it's cloth.
Oh,
Man,
I didn't
I
touch it.
like to have a tapestry all over my room. One day I want to have something where it's like tapestry covering the entire ceiling except for the light, and then I put little fairy lights over it so it can light up.
Is that what you're gonna do in the apartment?
Yes, I am.
We'll see.
Not we'll see. We need to have it, and I would
We'll see.
install some in your room too.
No, the hell you will not.
I will
No,
install
the
some
hell
in your
you would not. I'm gonna just put some cute fairy lights up,
But
and that's it.
think of it though, like you'll have satin coming down from your ceiling a little bit into like a bit of a bouncy kind of way. Like this is what I think. Think of my head as the light. The stuff is going to come down like this.
Nah, Kira. That would look great in your room. That would look
Beautiful.
great in
It's
your room.
absolutely
No, no. I'd rather have the weeb room, and you have your little whatever your hippie room. Yeah, we're gonna just call it that. We're
it
gonna
is
have your
probably going to
hippie
be a
room.
hippie room. Hippie room just with pink and purple to match my elephant.
But yeah. Well, anything you want else to say? We'll move on to the next
I
topic.
don't have any other words. My brain is like just mush,
Mush, mush, mush.
mish mush.
All right. So the next topic is: should our significant others take care of our family when they get older?
Why?
No. Go ahead, Kira.
They should not. They should not, because is that their family? No. Like, I understand in sickness and in health, but they didn't say that to the rest of your family. They said that to you.
So if your significant other, right, scenario wise, so if your significant other wants you to take care or they want their family to live with you guys, would you let them?
If I was dating somebody, they would have already knew this answer. It's gonna be a flat out no for me unless I'm actually close to the family. If I'm not close to
Okay.
that family, why would I let them in my house? It's like letting strangers live in your house. And they gotta come correct if they are coming and I'm close to them. They really do. You gotta have a specific time you're moving out. You gotta be looking for ways to move out. It's only gonna be temporary because my mom she be having these people in and out of this house. This place is like a goddamn bathroom at this point. Any other random stranger could come in this house, take a piss, and then leave. Like, goodness, but yeah, like I don't want all that. I don't want all that in here. So yeah, it's got to be only temporary if it does happen. Y'all not staying.
So you're not saying here. Oh my god. But for me though, I would have to agree. Temporary thing. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm personally not taking care of your family. You're taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's your responsibility. That's your problem.
And this is a
Yeah.
cohabitation. It's not
Hmm.
it's not a nursery up in here. I'm not feeding your family no baba bottles.
Exactly. Mainly like older, like moms and dads are probably getting older or like grandmas. Just put them in a nursing home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know like some people can't afford like certain things like that, like a nurse home, or maybe they're not accepted. I've learned that sometimes people aren't accepted into nursing homes because of their bad behavior. And I've recently
Yeah.
learned what that bad behavior entails. I thought it was just like pushing people. But no, it's not just pushing people, it's just peeing wherever you want to pee. I
Ew.
learned that seems to be the most likely cause because I like just the other day, what was it? Somebody wouldn't get taken into a nursing facility and they kept calling my mom. And the thing is, they weren't accepted because they kept pissing on people. And it was even just like, it was actually taking their junk out and peeing. Imagine you a nurse in that place and you just doing your doodly duties and somebody all of a sudden start peeing on you.
That
I'd
is so
kick you out
gross.
too. Kick you out. Let the streets handle you.
Uh-uh. Ew, that's so
It
nasty.
is. It was intentional too. What is wrong with you?
Mm-mm. And they like to blame it on dementia.
Hmm.
Anyways, next one will have to be is our generation really ready for dating? Or should everyone be single until they are ready? So, Kiara, what's your take on that?
I don't think our generation is ready for hardly anything. We're not even ready to like start the revolution that we so desperately want. I've seen way too many people be like, "Our system is screwed. We should do something about it." And then they go ahead and do what they usually do and go into work all angry and pissed. So I don't think they're ready for much of anything unless they get their shit together or where they're staying. Like we living up in our parents' house and you telling me y'all want to date?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's tough out here. It's really like tough.
It is, and I think we should cause the revolution because of that. It's way too
Yeah.
tough for any normal person to really get their life together. At this point, I feel you know
Mhm.
what would be really good
What?
if we just all started backpacking all across the nation. We go ahead, quit our jobs all together, not just one or a couple. All together, we quit our jobs. We just go camping and everything with our friends, and just survive on what we find. Because then that's a whole lot. The society will collapse. Everything will go down because no one's buying anything. Like, dude, that's a great idea.
Kira, what the hell? And then there's no internet, no nothing. Oh my god, we had to survive by like berries and fish and bear meat.
Yeah,
I wonder what bear meat tastes like.
we're not gonna eat bear meat. We're not gonna eat
Why?
bear meat because that's for one. That's way too much meat for you, and we're gonna be living by like what is it? The Native American rule: you only kill what you know you can eat and what you know you can use. You're not gonna just be wasting. You kill a bear, you take that whole pile of bear, you take out a slab of bear, leave the rest to just disintegrate. That's wrong. That bear died for nothing but a bite.
Unless you bring like a collective, like we can make clans.
Ooh, that'd be cool. We should do that. Y'all are such pussies because y'all talking about revolutions, and then you got the was it Republicans and the MAGAs who are basically just Nazis in disguise, and they're going up and storming the Capitol. Man, screw all that. Don't storm nothing. Don't even cause violence or say nothing like that. Just go ahead, quit everything, and just live off the land and see the societal plummet. Societal expectations plummet. Society as a whole plummet. All the prices will go down. We'll have stuff that's like for 1 penny now because no one's buying shit.
Kira, you know damn well America ain't gonna do that shit. But we should. We should. I actually think. Because I really want to kill some fish.
We're gonna
Kill some fish.
just go out and kill some fish.
I want to kill some fish. Maybe wrestle a snake.
I don't trust
Like,
snakes. I
oh
really don't.
yeah.
Because I feel like what I'll do is if I were to ever see a snake, I'd just do exactly what I see on those nature shows, which is basically like grab them by their head instead of their body. I feel like I wouldn't even try to aim for the tail. I'd try to aim for the head because the head is what's deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because my mom has said like for your glamping trip, we have to watch out for some snakes because there's like probably some water moccasins and some other shit.
Oh, I believe that. I found a snake one day in a suburban area, so I'm pretty sure they'd have snakes all over in the woods.
Oh my god. I have to get some better shoes.
Yeah, some
But
shoes like those, those hiking boots that like woodsmen have.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go into like that shoe store in that Plaza area because I need some shoes to wear. Do you have shoes?
Let's see. I have shoes, but they're not hiking shoes.
Kara, get you some hiking shoes. It's time.
Mm,
It's time to get some hiking shoes.
mm,
I'm gonna get some cute hiking shoes.
I want some pink ones.
Y'all, we're gonna be matching, not really, but y'all.
I thought we're offering like cotton candy
We
blue and
are.
pink.
But yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. We always get so sidetracked, but y'all get used to it, right?
Mhm.
um, Before my take though, like I had said, I completely agree with Kiera with the whole we're really not ready for dating. Everyone should wait. If you are in something healthy, good for you. If you're not in something healthy, leave. That's all I gotta say for that. Do we feel like people are falling out of love than in love? So Kiera, do you feel like people are falling out of love than in love?
I've said this before, but love is such a vague feeling because I could feel love for almost anything right now, and it's just like, oh, now I'm in love with this thing. Like, it's like those inanimate objects that people fall in love with, like that guy who married Hasune Miku.
Oh my god.
And I'm pretty sure there's probably somebody out in the world who would marry their pet goldfish because they're so in love with it. We have a skewed version of love because we don't know what the hell love is. It's not defined in any sort of way. It's just the feeling of love. But really, I just feel like it sort of becomes like an infatuation. That's what I think of it, really. Because every time that I've
Eventually.
ever had a crush on anybody in the world, it's always been more like an infatuation or obsession. I've never felt like, oh, a tamed or mild version of it. If there's ever a tamed or mild version of it, it's probably just what I consider tolerance. It's
Oh,
just a tolerance of
damn.
it. It's okay.
Mm-mm.
I have a tolerance of a lot of things. As I try not to get infatuated anymore, because every time I get infatuated with something, it's like always terrible and ends terrible.
Yeah. Like how I thought that she was in love with that skater guy.
Which skater guy?
Where's he at, Kira? Where's your husband at?
What you mean with my husband at? Which skater guy are you talking about?
The skating guy. Well, was he skating on a skateboard or like did he have roller skates? Because I know you said that there was a guy with roller skates skating in
Oh,
your
oh, wait
neighborhood.
a minute. You mean the guy who was go roller skating down the street?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I think the infatuation ended once I saw him in his rat tail. You know, you know that idol show, The Idol, where it's like Tedros comes out with that fucking rat tail. That's what that guy had. I was like, ooh. No,
Ew.
I don't like that hairstyle on pretty much anybody. I mean, if you had pigtails and you had long hair and pigtails, I think that would be more acceptable than just one giant rat tail coming out your head. And the thing is, the roller skater guy, he had shaved off some parts of his head. Like,
What?
all right, so imagine this: his front part up here was shaved, but the rest of it was rat tail. And the thing is, he didn't look elderly or old, so now I'm thinking, okay, he's just insane. Let me let me back away from the insane rat tail guy.
Why would he do that?
Like, I'm thinking he's just being uniquely himself, and now I just uniquely don't like him no more.
That's crazy. Ew. It sounds like an old man hairstyle. Mainly a white old man hairstyle.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's why I thought that was so
Gross.
weird. I value, I don't want to say it, but I value like looks and fashion. It doesn't even matter if you look like face wise, you think you look unappealing. I'm just saying you think because it's all about subjective. But if you think you look
Mm-hmm.
unappealing, but you still got good fashion sense, you're still good looking in my eyes. Just have good fashion sense, people. That's all I'm asking for.
Like me. I have good fashion sense. Son. Kira, don't do that shit. Kira, it's because she dresses opposite of me. I wear like preppy, cute girly outfits, and she wears goth, long skirts, all the other shenanigans she be wearing.
You can't even describe it. I be wearing a little bit of
I can't.
everything, honestly. I like to wear hippie, goth. I feel like back when I was younger, I was wearing more so emo, but I don't think I wear it that much anymore. What is it? Basically, just a mix of everything, honestly. Oh, bimbo. 'Cause I like to wear.
I haven't. Oh, well, you haven't wear preppy outfits.
I don't like preppy. I've bought preppy stuff before, but it's like I hated it as soon as I wore it because it's like this is not me. This is not me.
So this is-
It's like an imposter.
oh my god. But yeah, for me though, I feel like people are falling more out of love in this generation and just overall, we need to do better. Do better.
Explain.
Oh, you want me to explain? Okay. The reason why I feel that people are falling out of love is because everyone wants to cheat, lie, steal, judge, and be picky and corny. Like that's just what it is. That's just what's going on. That's the reason why I feel like everyone's falling out of love because everyone wants to do all those things for no reason. Work on yourself. Get some therapy.
Mm, I love the way you said that. It's like everybody likes to lie, cheat, steal. Yeah, but I do kind of agree with you because, like, I'm surprised by the amount of times I've seen this generation just like be straight up degenerates at times. And it's not even just this generation, it's just that, like, I feel like we're good at catching the truth out of people because it's not just our generation. It's like we will notice somebody else is doing some batshit crazy stuff. And I think that's why we have cancel culture right now within our generation. Uh, but we'll call people out for that. And then you'll get all these other people within our generation who get called out for shit too. And I think,
I don't think. Oh, go ahead.
no,
I'm
you go
sorry,
ahead.
but I was. What? But I was saying, 'cause she was I'm sorry, guys. She just wanted at me. Her boobs jiggled while I pointed. Like she was like, "Ugh." I was like, "What the hell?" But yeah, I feel like cancel culture don't be working for real, because I was expecting. I remember. I don't know if I said this in the podcast. I think I just told you, but I was expecting I am Zoe with the whole allegations with him and the talking to the older boys and the D pics and the huda everything that he was doing. He didn't really get canceled for that, nor did he talk about it. Because nobody was not really pushing it out there. It was only this one guy that I watched that was pushing it and was saying, yeah, he did this, this, and this. And I was like, what? So it's just kind of like cancel culture don't be working like that.
Yeah.
I think because everybody likes I am Zoe and doesn't care because it was so old, but it's like it still isn't okay, and I feel like he does need to address it. But I don't know.
Yeah. I like cancel culture because, like, the whole point of cancel culture is basically just calling out for what they did and having everybody be like a bit of a, what was it, a mob, like an angry mob towards these people. And they're like
Yeah,
boycotting them, everything like that. But it's like we're boycotting a lot of people. And that also goes in the fact that everybody's online right now, so we have a lot of people to boycott because people can be such degenerates if they want to.
they are, and I like know that James Charles, he's also trying to like uncancel himself. Like you can't do that.
I heard that shit. If people are gonna boycott you, then they're just gonna boycott you. So
It is what it is.
you can't just say, "Can you please stop boycotting me, please? I'm just asking nicely for no boycott."
They said he like went back into talking to little boys again. I was just like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I
It's like I changed. I'm sorry, and then immediately turns back around and does the same thing.
I'm
Um,
like, I swear.
yeah,
I don't
wasn't he
know.
just like a little boy like a couple years ago, and you're still talking to little boys? You should probably stop. You
Exactly.
should stop.
Get, uh, get arrested. Like, what the hell?
Get arrested.
Get arrested. And since we're talking about news now, what about that lady that kidnapped herself?
You
What
know
the hell are you guys people
what?
on? Like,
I heard about that, like, but she stayed out of the spotlight and stayed out of the screen and everything while people were trying to figure out where she was. It's like, oh, this is really a cold case. This is really a cold case right here. And then the whole time she was just being like that because her man had cheated on her with someone else. Dude, I don't even
what has
know.
this world come to?
I don't even know what to think anymore. Because, like, the thing is, I had saw somebody do like this thing where, like, they were talking about her, right? And like the TikTok
Hmm.
above it. This is from TikTok, by the way. But they were talking about her and her situation. It's like explaining the text messages and all that such in the TikTok above it. And then I scroll and it was like, "Can we stop hating on black women and y'all turn y'all backs on this poor girl? She was just kidnapped. She just came back." And y'all,
Oh my god, are you okay? Q, yeah, are you okay? Deer Park water. Drink that.
Screw you.
That nasty ass Deer Park water. Ugh. Nasty as hell.
You will see me choking. And you say,
Hmm.
drink your goddamn beer partner.
She's still
It
going.
won't stop.
I told you to drink your nasty ass Deer Park water.
I refuse.
Why?
Because you were here making me laugh, and the laughing making the coughing worse, and the coughing keep making me laugh, so making it worse. Yeah, I'm,
Bless the Lord. She looking at Jesus. Oh my god.
but I'm good now. I'm good. I don't know what happened. I think it was like some of my throat had got caught, and I started coughing on it.
That's what she said.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. I was waiting for it to
Just me.
come.
That's what she
I knew
said.
you were gonna say that too. I know you too well.
I know.
My goodness. What was I saying now? I was saying like this guy, he's like, we're all hating on black women, and this lady just came back from being kidnapped, and we're all switching the story up on her. But we saw the text messages.
Exactly. And she was looking everything up on Google and didn't delete her history.
That's the first thing.
Like, I don't
Yeah, I like it when people commit, to the crimes they committed, but I hate it when they do dumb reasons to get caught for those crimes. I absolutely hate it.
know. Exactly.
It's like I understand why people would do crimes sometimes. Like you go ahead and do you. Don't invite nobody else in your crimes. You do you. But I hate it when they do the crimes and commit to it, and then they just go
Hmm.
ahead and sabotage themselves by leaving traces of something like that. I don't understand it.
Exactly.
You gonna commit the crime. You gonna do all this other stuff, and then you get caught for this one reason.
I swear. That was the most dumbest thing ever. Like, I could never, like, just scare everybody that I love for something like that. Like, over a dude that clearly does not want me. If someone just, y'all should know by now, if someone cheats on you, they don't want you. They don't want you. They want that other person and you. So, I mean, so in a way they kind of do want you, but not
They
really.
want a harem.
Hmm. I don't know what to say about that, though. I don't know what to say about that. But, yep. So, I hope, because honestly in my head I was thinking, oh, this lady should go to jail because she literally wasted very important resources. But then some people were like, oh, she shouldn't go to jail. If I was the judge, I wouldn't have put her in jail. That's me though.
It's understandable because that's basically like creating a false crime.
Basically.
Hmm.
All right, and I think our last topic before we head into our anime, manga, TV show recommendation: why are people so picky and corny about the smallest things in people? So, Kia,
Because sometimes those small things get really fucking annoying when they happen like every day. I know, like, I know I have my small quirks about myself, and I feel like I'm okay the way that I am. But if
mm-hmm.
let me just say this: if every day I'm like doing these like small quirks, and the person I'm with, my significant other, is right next to me, and they're seeing me do this every day, and then they just keep holding it in and holding it in, and then one day they let loose, and it's like, God damn, can you stop that? Like I am so sick and tired of that. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked because you've been living this whole time, next to me this whole time, and you finally admit that you don't like this one thing I do. just tell them from the start that you don't want to be with them because one thing gets so annoying to you. If somebody chews with their mouth open, like that gets really annoying each time that you go to eat with them. It's like you eating salad or spaghetti or something like that.
But yeah, I agree with Kiera wholeheartedly. Like, just let people know the first time when you see them, when they do something that you certainly don't like, let them know that. Tell them that and talk to each other about it. But don't hold it in. That's not healthy.
Hmm. Yeah. On the other hand, though, I feel like people need to stop it with these inconsiderate icks, though. Because some icks I understand, others I
Mhm.
really don't. Because one person I heard them say that their ick was men crying.
What?
You're saying that whoever you're with isn't allowed to cry? Well, what if somebody in their family died, like their mom died, Lord forbid, but like, come on,
Mhm.
you see that their family just died, and you expect them to be like, it's like you want them to be like that at your funeral. You want them to be like that whenever you have birth to whatever children you're gonna have. Come on, it's
Mhm.
so inconsiderate.
Exactly. I would want my significant other to cry. But yeah. Also, this zodiac racism. I know we talked about this before in the first one, but stop it with the zodiac racism.
I will
Stop
continue
it.
my zodiac racism.
Kira, why, Kira?
Cause like I feel like that gives me such a heads up about some people because I've noticed that a lot of zodiac stuff ends up being true once you start noticing the signs of it. Like it's just like how I start when I start talking to somebody and I'm noticing the little things about them. I'm thinking, okay, they're showing a whole lot of these qualities that I really don't like, and they're also really judgmental, and they're really like this. And so one day I asked them, "Hey, when's your birthday?" Or like, "When were you born?" And they confirmed that it was a sign I never liked. I'm like, okay, time to stay away from you. I know I will never like you. I know I will never start liking you. So let's go ahead and end this right now.
Start racism.
Oh, I know I will
Oh
never like
boy.
you. I'll give you a chance by talking to you, but even talking to you, I know I'm not liking you. And it was just the opposite when you confirmed what sign you were, and I knew it. It's like just now I'm starting to realize I don't think I like Scorpios at all. Like every Scorpio that I have met has always been unnecessarily vague, distrustful. It's not just mysterious; it's just vague. I hate that people call it mysterious
Mysterious.
because they be asking me these questions like, "Oh, good to know," and I'm like, "Why is it good to know?" And I be asking them why. It's like, it's just good to know. And I'm like, can you have a conversation like a normal person? I'm asking you a question of why, and you just say, okay, and gaze off in the distance. I hate how people are so horny for all Scorpios now because it's like it's not sexy to just be asking them questions and then just being like, I don't know, like you'll have to figure that out yourself. It's every Scorpio I know now. I can't unsee it. The signs were right. Every single one of them the same.
But yeah. Um,
Your opinion.
let me see. So why I had to reread the question. Why are people so picky and corny about okay. So why I feel like people are picky and corny about the smallest things. I really agree with Kira's whole shindig with just I don't agree with her space racism. A little bit. A tiny bit. Cause honestly, I don't trust Leos, Geminis.
And for good
That's
reason.
basically yeah, and cancers.
Hmm. Hmm.
The main big bad three. I don't trust them. But yeah. Overall, I agree with everything that she said. I feel like people just, talk it out. Yeah, talk to your partner. Magic hand.
Medicaid.
But yeah, talk to your partner about that, and then hmm, I'm trying to think. It's coming to my head. It's just not. It's collaborating. That's not even a word.
Combobulating.
Combobulating. That's a word. But I would have to say though that Jesus Christ, Kira, are you sitting on the floor?
Yes, I am. I wanted to move to the floor. The bed was uncomfortable.
You were sitting on the floor for a whole half an hour.
No, it was not. I was on the
Yes,
bed.
you were. I mean, sorry, vice versa. Switch that around. Yeah, but I would have to say that I remember the last time I brought up the box thing and that people were like mainly making it a whole competition. I didn't watch it. I would just see it on TikTok and I know that Kiera had recommended it and I just said no to that whole idea cuz I don't like the box thing that's on cut. It's like don't people give me an ick itself cuz it's like ew. Their whole vibe is just kind of like they just pick little things and just the little things that you can't really control or just the things that you really like and they just don't like. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, overall, I just completely agree with what Kira has said with her statement on the corniest and smallest things that people just don't like in people. Don't get that. But to close the season off, my 3 seasons, Kira, can you give us an anime, TV, and manga recommendation?
Uh,
Oh my god. Oh my Spider Man, Miguel O'Hara,
oh, I
anything
already suggested that though. I already suggested that.
manga that you're reading, TV
Honestly, all the
show.
manga I'm reading is basically porn. I can't recommend y'all porn.
You're reading a porn, so basically you're reading.
I'm reading erotica and smut because it's fun. Like these people, they be talking all of a sudden, and then it's like, well, since we're alone in this car, and then they just start smashing in the fucking car, and it's like, why would you do that? You just had this whole beautiful ass date, and now y'all smashing? Why? In the car? Of all
That is the
places?
most romantic thing. So you wouldn't want to smash your dude or gal
In
in
a
the
fucking
car?
car?
Yes, in a
My
fucking
head
car.
will be smashing against the top of the car, and you think I'm gonna be turned on by that?
Well, depending on what car you plan on getting. If it's a big car, then y'all could fit.
Let me see. I would probably recommend to y'all one of these smuts that I'm reading.
Recommend it.
Hold on, I'm looking for a good one.
Recommend
Some of these
it.
are like brand fucking new. Like I have not started reading whatever the hell this thing is, but it looks interesting.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
let me see something that I have been reading. Goddamn, I have all these new ones. I have like, what is it? Almost 40 fucking things in my let's see tabs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is because I keep choosing these new stories when I have not finished reading the old ones.
I do the same damn thing.
Yeah. Alright, this one isn't exactly a smut, but it's pretty fucking good. And I think I recommended this before, but I'm gonna recommend it again. It's called Loveless Heroine. Basically,
Hi.
it's about this girl. She gets transported back into like a was it Taiwanese folklore where basically this girl she has to choose between these two guys. One guy becomes a was it what did he become again? He becomes like a monk, and the other guy is super
Mm.
rich, but he's like fat. The monk guy comes back, professes his love. They're like childhood friends. The old rich guy was like friends with her too, but he was obviously older. So he said, "I want you. I want to have you. I'm rich. I'll give you money and everything you want as long as you be my wife." But she's like, no, I need to follow my heart. So she starts running away with the childhood friend. And the childhood friend turns out to be a total sleazebag because he cheats on her with some other girl and says, this is like your sister wife, basically. And so now, so that she's been reincarnated into this story, she's like, I gotta stop this story from happening because, like, in the end, the girl dies. So obviously, I don't want to die being caught between these two asshole men.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts like having her own stories, making her own thing. She starts trying to intervene with all the, I'm just gonna call it canon events because that's basically what it
Okay.
is, canon events that happen within the folklore. You know what I mean by canon events.
Yeah.
So she starts intervening with all of these canon events uh, that should be happening for the folklore and switching them up so that she can run away from these guys. So that's what the story's about. It goes way farther than that. It's still ongoing, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm reading like any updated chapters that come out.
Okay. Yeah. Yay! Good job, Kira. Oh, also, I meant to tell you, you still need to send me that link from when we did that story time scenario thing that we did. Yeah, stop putting your
What do
middle
you
finger in
mean
my face.
story time scenario?
Remember how we did the Rapunzel?
I, I,
The
I
story.
said where it came from. I said it came from Wikipedia because I couldn't find one that wasn't on that
Oh.
wasn't every other place. It didn't go into detail on what the story was.
And what's the. Well, I wanted the link, so I don't have to fucking find
You
it.
could just search in Wikipedia Rapunzel.
I don't want. I don't want it now. I don't want it now. Okay, fine, fine,
Yes, yes,
fine.
it's the
Jesus.
easy way.
Anyways. Thank you guys so much for today. This is my final 3 seasons. We're heading into Kiara seasons next week. I hope you
Yay!
guys enjoyed my 3 seasons
No,
though.
we didn't.
Um, shut the hell up. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you guys next week for Kiara's 3 seasons. Well,
Yay!
bye, bitch.
You bitch.